Hey there. Today I want to talk a little bit about wood in Town Star. Okay, so wood comes in two forms. You have trees that are growing naturally, and that applies to the forest that has a lot, the plains that has a few, but there are none in the desert map. And if you are concerned about getting started in the desert map, watch my video on the desert start. Okay, so what we've got here is some trees that we've planted, and we've got this set up so all three of these get 7 water. This is not ideal. Typically I would put 3 ponds on this side, and then all 6 in the middle would be self-watered. However, I was feeling pressure to get trees going because I was running out of gasoline on this build. So I did it this way. This is sort of a little cheap way to do it, but that's all right for the, if you don't have any trees around, like in the desert, for example, or if your trees, you picked all your trees in the plains, you're probably not going to have that happen in the forest. But if you picked all the trees in the plains and you need more trees, you can just simply go to the farm tab and plant a tree farm. The trees need 7 water. If you're going to have farmers to water your trees, you're going to either need, or if they're gonna need to be watered, first of all, it'll be farmers. Second of all, you can use a well, or you can use a wind pump to generate the water. A wind pump, it works very similar to a well. I'm not going to get into all the specifics of that, but when you're starting out, a wind pump costs $25K. These cost $1,250. So these are much more economical to begin with, and you also have more space to work with in the beginning before you start filling everything in. Now, the trees will, when you start the game, you will have 9 wood, and the wood will be in a woodshed. So they give you 9 instead of filling it up with 10, I think, because you can sell things in quantity of 10, and they don't want you to sell your wood to start with because that would prevent you from building anything else. Now, if you look on the tabs, there are very few things that you can build without wood or lumber. And a lumber yard, I'll go ahead and start a lumber yard building, also requires 5 wood. However, if you look, the woodshed, which is much more affordable at the start of the game, it requires no building materials, and therefore you don't even need a builder to build this. Okay, so and that holds 10 wood or lumber. Okay, and so if you notice, the woodshed and crops, there are certain crops, most crops do not require any wood or lumber to start. However, pumpkins need 3 wood, and grapes, all 3 varieties of grapes, need 1 lumber to start. Then following the start, to grow grapes, if you notice when they are harvested, it takes 1 wood. Okay, so there is our our lumber yard. So these are the two containers for wood and lumber, and there is no other place. Now, if you notice when this guy picks this grape, that grapes require, it takes one lumber to actually start one growing, and then, or to build the grapevine, and then one wood to actually plant the grape, if you will. Okay, so we are dealing with the only things on the farm menu that do not require wood would be certain crops and the woodshed. Okay, otherwise you're going to need wood to make lumber or just wood in general, and a builder to actually build these things. On the ranch tab, everything requires wood. Some things require wood and lumber. Okay. Terrain, the only thing that requires wood on this menu is the paved road. On the industrial menu, you can do a builder house without wood, which is nice. This nuclear power plant doesn't require wood, but it requires some really complicated items. And most everything else, this doesn't require wood, but it requires lumber, which comes from wood. And so really the builder is the only thing in the industrial tab that you can build without wood or lumber. And if I overlook things, forgive me, but you can tell what is needed. And then the neighbor delivery also does not require any wood or lumber to create. Okay, and so those are the items. Most everything you will see in the game revolves around. Oh, and I don't know, I didn't mention this. I'm sorry, so sorry. The lumberjack house does not require wood either. And that's good, because when you're out of wood is when you want to build your lumberjack house. And so it is just a matter of you just put it down and activate it. Pretty simple there. Okay, so these trees that grow naturally are affected. You notice this one is yellow, these two are green. The reason why it's yellow is because it's it's in the shaded area of that lumberjack house. I'm not going to go over shade in this video, but realize that shade and pollution effects affect these trees that grow naturally the same as it does the plants that you plant. Now, if you also notice, a tree, it's about 13 minutes and 20 seconds to grow when it is not shaded or anything else. So you can see why you could use up, this map actually comes with 12 trees. So you can see why you could end up needing to actually plant some trees. So what else do we need? We need trees or wood to make lumber. And a lumber mill, I'll do another video on that. Right now I've got it set up for automatic water drum and automatic electricity. So basically it takes, to make wood, make lumber, I'm sorry. It takes 4 wood, 2 energy, and 1 water drum. And when you turn on your lumber mill, your lumberjacks, if they haven't picked up the wood yet from the trees, they will, when they pick it, they will bring it directly to the lumber mill. And so that's really good, unless you need wood for another purpose. If I'm sitting here waiting to build something, and all the lumber, or they're carrying all the wood to the lumber mill, that can be problematic. You have to turn off the lumber mill to get your wood and whatnot. The other thing that the lumberjacks, and when I say lumberjacks, the loggers and the lumberjacks work the same, except loggers are faster. Um, if I had a chicken coop over here, and every whether it's chickens, cows, or sheep, when you utilize or once they produce or before they produce, you have to put one wood in there. Now, the ranchers will go and get wood from your wood storage areas, um, or if a lumberjack picks the wood, he will try and take it to the livestock that need it. So that's the two things that lumberjacks will do. So the lumber mill and livestock are priority for them, and the woodshed or lumberyard is a last resort. And if you want to predict where they're going to take it, they will take it to the closest um, woodshed or lumberyard that has room to fit more wood in it. So that's how they decide what to do with it. And that's about all there is to know about wood and lumber in Townstar. I hope this was helpful and informative. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe.